Welcome back, Team Chartwells. We are excited to have you all back and want to welcome our new team members as well. We want to make sure that you all stay safe and healthy, so we have some important information to share about what's new in dining. Please view the following program, and if you have any questions, please reach out to your manager. What is a zero tolerance mindset? This is an environment where each individual accepts personal responsibility for their own safety and is willing to intervene to ensure the safety of others by swift hazard identification. Components that support this mindset include mandatory PPE compliance, progressive counseling mandatory for infractions, leadership commitment, constant safety messaging and training, OSHA compliance, mandatory safety committee, Safe Start, and Safety Incentive Program implementation. Path to Open by Chartwells. Returning to work. This training is designed to provide greater understanding of the following: how diseases, including COVID-19, is spread, proper cleaning and disinfecting, hand washing requirements, and respiratory etiquette. Diseases can be transmitted in the workplace by two primary models of transmission, direct and indirect. Direct transmission happens from direct contact with another individual who is a carrier of the disease. This comes from touching or shaking hands, for example. You can also pick up a disease from someone close by when they cough or sneeze. Indirect transmission happens when you pick up the disease by breathing in droplets in the air. For some diseases, the droplets can linger in the air for a while, causing infection in others. You can also pick up infectious diseases through surfaces that may carry the disease. These include tablets, doorknobs, or cups, for example. For COVID-19, the primary way to spread is through air droplets. Chartwells is making changes to our cleaning and safety practices to help prevent the spread of COVID-19. You can do a lot to help limit the spread of infectious diseases in the workplace by not sharing food or drinks, maintaining appropriate physical distancing, frequently cleaning and disinfecting surfaces and other objects, washing hands correctly and frequently, and wearing a mask. We will discuss each of these in more detail and share with you the changes we are making in the workplace to keep you safe. The CDC recommends maintaining at least 6 feet separation from other individuals. Managers and coworkers have mapped out your kitchen and service areas to help remind you and customers to keep at least 6 feet apart as much as possible. You may notice modifications to your work area or schedule that helps minimize direct interactions with your coworkers. You may also notice changes to your break room or locker room. Meetings may be smaller or people may be spaced out further apart. If you are feeling ill with new symptoms including cough, body aches, fever, shortness of breath, fatigue, headache, new loss of taste or smell, sore throat, congestion, runny nose, nausea, vomiting, or diarrhea, please call your manager and stay home. If you start to feel ill during the workday, inform your manager as soon as possible. All associates will have their temperature checked upon reporting to work daily. A contactless thermometer will be used and your temperature will be recorded. If you have a fever over 100.3, your manager will send you home with instructions. Chartwells is designating some associates as cleaning concierge. These individuals will routinely clean and sanitize all high-touch surfaces, including tables, doorknobs, light switches, countertops, handles, desks, phones, keyboards, toilets, faucets, and sinks. All high-touch surfaces will be disinfected 4 times a day. Individuals who are designated as a cleaning concierge will be trained on proper use of chemicals and processes for thorough cleaning. Wash your hands for at least 20 seconds. Use warm water to wet your hands, then apply soap and scrub palms, back of hands, nails, and wrists. You can sing happy birthday to yourself a couple of times to make sure you've reached the 20-second mark. Use a paper towel to dry your hands and then use the towel to turn off the water and open the door. If soap and water is not available, you may use hand sanitizer and wash your hands as soon as you can. Always wash your hands at work, after removing disposable gloves, after using the bathroom, before, during, and after preparing food, before eating food, after blowing your nose, coughing or sneezing, and after touching the garbage. Hand sanitizers can quickly reduce the number of germs on your hands in many situations. However, hand sanitizers do not get rid of all types of germs. Hand sanitizers may not be as effective when hands are visibly dirty or greasy. Hand sanitizers might not remove harmful chemicals from hands, like pesticides and heavy metals. Using hand sanitizer is very simple. Apply the sanitizer to the palm of one hand. Rub your hands together. Rub the gel all over the surfaces of your hand and fingers until your hands are dry. This should take about 20 seconds. All associates will be required to wear a mask as part of the uniform when on campus. If a face mask presents a health risk for you, please discuss it with your manager. Face masks help reduce the spread of disease by containing some of the droplets that naturally occur when people talk, sneeze, or cough. The mask should cover your nose and mouth at all times and fit snugly without gaps. It's important to not touch the mask with your hands to avoid potential transfer of droplets from your mask to other surfaces. You will be issued a mask as part of your uniform. If you forget your mask, your manager may provide a disposable mask for you. If you lose the masks you are provided, you may be responsible for the cost of replacement. Wash your mask at home in your laundry just like you would wash your uniform. Here is a sneak peek at the COVID-19 signage that you will see in our dining locations. This will help alleviate any issues with social distancing and help guide the traffic through the dining rooms. HR updates. Here is a look at the benefit highlights. Full-time benefits for those that work 30+ hours. Our competitive benefit package offers a wide range of options, including tools and resources that help you live your best life. Benefit highlights for part-time benefits, those that work 20 to 29 hours per week. Chartwells offers exclusive programs that are available year-round. Here's a look. How to get promoted. Be on time, be in uniform, uphold all safety standards, practice great customer service, take initiative, excellent communication skills, exceed expectations, and just ask. It is the policy of the company that all hours worked must be properly recorded by all associates. The company places the highest priority on proper record keeping to ensure that associates are properly compensated for their hard work on the company's behalf. Off-the-clock work is strictly forbidden. Time report correction must occur if associate fails to clock in or out. Meal periods and rest breaks. All hourly associates that work more than 5 consecutive hours during a workday should receive an unpaid 30-minute uninterrupted meal period. All hourly associates should receive paid rest breaks for every 4 hours of work. Meal breaks should generally occur as close as possible to the middle of each shift. Call-out procedures for all absences. When an associate is going to miss all or part of his or her scheduled shift, communication with management is of the utmost importance. Whether the absence or lateness is excused or unexcused, the associate must call to report their absence or lateness. If the manager is unavailable, the associate may leave a recorded message. The associate must speak to the manager the same day and discuss the absence with his or her manager. This will ensure that the message has been received and gives the associate the opportunity to discuss when they plan to return to work. Failure to follow call-out procedures will be considered a work rule policy violation and will result in progressive counseling up to and including termination. A no-call, no-show is when an associate fails to report for work and fails to report the absence to his or her manager at any time before or within the first 2 hours of the associate's scheduled shift. The first incident of a no-call, no-show in a 12-month period will result in a final warning for the associate. If an associate is within their introductory period, one no-call, no-show will result in termination. Work rules. Violations of the work rules are classified by severity. The classifications are Class A offenses, which are very serious offenses that will normally result in discharge. Class B offenses that will normally result in progressive counseling up to and including discharge. And a Class C offense will not normally result in immediate discharge but make it necessary for the company to take progressive counseling steps to address the associate's job performance or personal behavior. The company reserves the right to impose more stringent progressive counseling when the facts pertaining to the offense deem it appropriate. Personal appearance. Hairnets or hats should be worn as appropriate. Jewelry other than a plain wedding band or medical alert jewelry is strictly prohibited. Medical alert jewelry must be worn as a necklace under the uniform or as an ankle bracelet or shoe tag. Earrings are not permitted. Nail polish is not permitted. Non-canvas, slip-resistant, closed-toe shoes are to be worn at all times. At the start of each shift, associates must be in their full uniform, and the uniform must be clean, pressed, and neatly maintained. Torn, frayed, or patched clothing is not permitted at any time. Proper shoes are to be worn at all times, and shoes must be maintained and polished. All company-issued personal protective equipment must be worn and used as directed. Masks must be worn as part of your uniform. Title IX Overview. Compass Group Fair Treatment Policy. It is the policy and practice of Compass Group USA, Inc. and its affiliated companies to provide a work environment for all associates that is free from unlawful discrimination and harassment. Unlawful discrimination and harassment will not be tolerated. Examples of unacceptable conduct in violation of this policy is unfair opportunities, verbal mistreatment, visual mistreatment, sexual mistreatment or favors, physical mistreatment, bullying, and antagonizing behaviors. No person in the United States shall, on the basis of sex, be excluded from participation in, be denied the benefits of, or be subjected to discrimination under any education program or activity receiving federal financial assistance. Let's break it down. No person in the United States shall, on the basis of sex, be excluded from participation in, be denied the benefits of, or be subjected to discrimination under any education program or activity receiving federal financial assistance. The mission of Chartwells is to support higher education students and to provide an extension of the college experience via food and dining. For this reason, the dining hall and food courts are extension of the campus community. This law protects faculty and staff and students. It's our job as members of this community to honor and uphold these standards. What is covered under Title IX? Gender-based harassment, bullying or cyberbullying due to the fact that an individual does not conform to gender stereotypes, blocking an individual from accessing one of their rights because of their gender, sexual harassment and sexual violence, unwanted sexual comments, unwanted sexual advances, non-consensual sexual actions, stalking, domestic violence, and dating violence. Keep in mind perspective. Put yourself in their shoes. You might not think your words or actions are harmful, but everybody is different. Hostile environment. Ask yourself, is there a chance I'm making this individual uncomfortable with my actions? If so, stop immediately. Degree of action. Whether a little slip up or a huge scene, harassment describes unwanted actions of all sizes, types, and level of severity. 1, 2, 3 times. Cases of sexual harassment might occur multiple times before someone gets caught, but an investigation will uncover all instances during which a hostile environment was created. Location. This law protects students on and off campus. It should therefore be followed before, during, and after work. What are the consequences? According to the law, schools are required to immediately take action upon notification that harassment has occurred, or if under the assumption that harassment is occurring. An investigation into all previous interactions will follow. Retaliation is prohibited against those who submit a complaint. Schools are given the opportunity to take necessary action in order to ensure the complainant does not need to share spaces or situations with the abuser. Could result in termination. Reporting concerns. We want to know. At Chartwells, we have a commitment to open communication. Associates can contact their manager first to see if the matter can be swiftly, properly resolved. However, if an associate is not comfortable discussing concerns with management, or if the concern is about their manager, you can contact the numbers below. COVID-19 adaptations have required us to make some This shows our 3 tiers approach to menu design. Our campus will be operating at Tier 2 when we open this fall, but our situation may change. If we have to make changes to the service style, we will share that information with everyone. The most important considerations are that we firstly keep everyone safe, and second is that we continue to serve great food. One thing you will notice is that all of our tiers do not offer self-service any longer. In the current environment, it is not safe for students to serve themselves as we may have done so in the past. It is safer for our associates and our students to have an associate serve the student. This reduces the risk of illness. You will also notice that many of our stations are now designed to provide a complete meal in one space. This is done intentionally to reduce congestion and ease traffic flow. Guest service and COVID-19. What is guest service like in our new COVID-19 environment? We are all experiencing the transition to work. What our guests are feeling in most cases can be quite relatable through open communication, empathy, and understanding, plus following new standards. We can help alleviate many of these concerns for guests and for ourselves. What our guests may be concerned about are safety standards, if we are following proper hand washing guidelines, how we are preparing and handling foods. As we reopen our business, the new normal may involve continued physical distancing and being separated by plexiglass, visors, and masks, because safety and social distancing will be on the forefront of everyone's minds. All of that runs counter to the warm hospitality that many of us are accustomed to providing in our dining venues. But that's why it's more important than ever to go back to the basics and remember the key elements of a solid, welcoming experience so that the environment isn't cold or intimidating for our colleagues and guests. Making people feel important. The basics of a warm welcome will always be eye contact, smiling, and a warm verbal greeting. All three elements are important, and when done properly, together, make customers feel welcomed. Connect with each customer with a great welcome, eye contact, smile, and a warm verbal greeting. Connect through a warm and friendly tone of voice. Connect throughout the customer's journey, arrival to departure. Anticipate, planning for everything so guests get the most out of their experience. The most important thing we can do when we reopen is to be even better at anticipating the needs and concerns of others. Anticipate situations. Acknowledge. Listen to the problem, complaint. Don't interrupt or make excuses or justify what happened. Be patient. Apologize. Sincerely, even if you are not at fault. Try saying, "I'm sorry to hear that." Ask. Don't assume you know the solution. Try saying, "What can I do to make things better?" Act. Take immediate action to make it right. Assess. Reflect what could have been done differently to resolve the problem. Share this with your manager and team so you can all learn from it. Remember the 5 A's. Respect. Providing a trusting and caring atmosphere where everyone is treated fairly with courtesy and appreciation. How do you contribute to a respectful and trusting workplace? A respectful workplace means that everyone gets to come to work feeling like they are safe and can be at their best. It means we go overboard to ensure our colleagues feel we are following safety guidelines and abiding by the rules. It means that we value every individual's uniqueness, expertise, and contribution. We challenge preconceived notions. We don't make assumptions. We are all on the same side, the same team, and we all have each other's back. Instead of next guest or following guest, try how may I help the next guest or how are you today? Instead of I don't know, try great question, I'll find the answer for you. Instead of no problem or no worries, try saying you're welcome, happy to help, or my pleasure. A respectful workplace means that everyone gets to come to work feeling like they are safe and can be at their best. How can you wow your guest? Think about the best customer experience you have ever had. Most likely it involves someone going the extra mile for you and doing far more than what was expected of them. Exceeding customer expectations help build your reputation and attract business, but most importantly, it shows customers we care. Wow your guest ideas. Help someone who is struggling. Guide them to where they need to go. Get to know people's names and preferences. Have a sense of urgency and take ownership of your guest's experience. Try to be better than average at everything you do.